Hi, welcome to Secrets of Irving.
Oh, mighty Isis.
Today, we're introduced to a new character.
Afternoon, Andrea. Rick.
That's not him. That's Dr. Barnes, the principal. We met him last episode.
Oh, and good afternoon to you, Tut.
There he is. That's Tut, Andrea's pet crow. In reality, he serves Isis when she needs his help, and there's a lot more to him than just what he's crowing about. Dr. Barnes is posting a notice that there's a reward for information leading to the conviction of some car thieves in the area. 9 cars have disappeared in the last 2 weeks, and the police have no leads at all, so they're asking for the public's help. Meanwhile, it must be after school because Cindy's out bike riding with her friends.
Oh, what a race!
You came out of nowhere.
That was fun.
I would have had you if you hadn't cut me off in the turn.
I didn't cut you off.
If I would have kept at my speed, I would have ran right into you. Come on, Ernie. She won the race. You're just been out of shape because you were beaten by a girl.
Hello, Gillette. I think I found your poster boy. He's still bent out of shape and takes off in a huff. I want to have a talk with his dad about the meaning of manhood. Remember when you didn't feel a need to lock your car? When I first got married, we lived in a little town in central Montana. Nobody there locked their cars, and most people left the keys in and the window down when the weather allowed it. There were no stolen car problems the whole time we lived there. It took a while for a scared city boy like me to get used to it, and it was nice while it lasted. And if you don't know what's going to happen next, you really are not paying attention.
Yeah, this looks like a good one.
It's fine. It's this, baby. It's the best.
They make off with the car, but Super Genius there dropped the towel he was using to wipe it down. When Andrea comes out, that's all she finds.
Remember this place, Frank?
Yeah? Sure looks deserted.
Frank and I snuck in once
What for?
to see what was there.
He starts taunting Cindy, saying a girl could never do that. She'd be scared, girls aren't naturally curious like boys are, and only boys could do something that daring. Regrettably, Cindy takes the bait.
Well, I guess we'll just have to tell everyone she chickened out.
And there's the magic word. He says, go over the fence and stay in there for an hour.
No, you won't.
She called your bluff, Ernie. Come on, let's go. No, we shouldn't go. It's dangerous. What if she gets hurt? The place is deserted. What can happen to her?
Rusty metal, sharp edges, lots of stuff to trip and fall on, unstable towers of cars. If it's perfectly safe, why did you make such a big deal about her going in there?
I really don't think we ought to go. Well, I'm not staying around here now.
You're being a sheep, kid. You know this is wrong, so why are you following him? Inside, the place is your basic wrecking yard. Rows and rows of junk cars, loose parts all over the place, a random cat, most everything you'd expect to find. As I said, lots of stuff to trip and fall on. Her ankle is sprained and she can only walk on it with a pronounced limp. It's time to leave. Andrea just got back to the school. Rick is hassling her about walking from the library.
Just so happens my car was stolen.
Your car?
When I came out, it was gone, not a clue. Except maybe this.
Did she call the police? Did she report it at all? Or did she just grab that rag and say, please, Mother, I'd rather do it myself? You're not Batman, you know. The rag has car paint on it, so that means the thieves are repainting the cars and selling them. Andrea remembers an old newspaper story about how the police busted a ring of car thieves, and all were convicted except one. And he was called an artist with spray paint, and his last known address was a wrecking yard. Let's go find him.
Home sweet home. Perfect setup.
Die. If the cops find us here, we deserve to get caught.
Looks like Miss Andrea's car.
There he is now, with Andrea's car, which may I say is a very nice car. They decide to paint it yellow. Cindy is hiding behind the yellow paint cans. Time to move.
What was that?
I don't know.
She's hidden well enough that they finally conclude the cat did it.
It was only Henry. Chasing a mouse or something. You think that cat is big enough to have knocked over that hood?
Sir, I have seen a cat that size take a flying leap off objects bigger and heavier than that and send them toppling. It's all about leverage. Cats have lots of it.
Where you going? Hey, man, it's long enough. Cindy's nowhere in sight.
Look who suddenly grew a spine.
Something could have happened to her? Well, how do I know? The point is, she's not here, and I'm gonna go try to find her. It's all my fault for pushing her into that stupid junkyard. She won the race. Well, why did I have to start that whole gear number anyway?
Because she's really cute and you'd secretly like to be more than friends, so you wanted to show her what a big man you are and hoped she'd swoon into your arms. Don't think we haven't all been there. It never works.
Show her how tough you are. We better go back.
Rick and Andrea arrive at the wrecking yard and give it a once-over.
Well, there's no business here, that's for sure.
Want to have a look anyway?
Looks pretty deserted to me. Besides, we have a lot of places to check out.
Cindy's bike should be right there in plain sight. Why didn't they see it? Well, maybe they did, and it didn't register right away, because Andrea's been thinking about that place.
Something I saw there doesn't make sense to me.
I know what you mean.
What was it?
There was a bicycle there, and now that I think about it, it looked an awful lot like Cindy's, right?
The place was locked up. Looked like someone hadn't been there in years.
That's it. The lock on the gate.
Right. The chain was old and rusty, and the lock was shiny.
Brand new.
Right.
Wrong. The funny thing is, the camera operators spotted it and zoomed in on it, while they had to let it percolate for an hour while they looked at other places. Put the camera operator in charge and you'll probably find your car. They get back to the place just as Ernie and Frank are unknowingly blowing Cindy's cover.
Hey, did you hear us? Ernie and Frank.
Yeah, she can hear you. So can the other guys. And now they know there's somebody in the yard. To be fair, the boys don't know about the car thieves. The question now is, what are those thieves going to do?
What are you boys doing here? It's all my fault, Mr. Mason. Cindy Lee's in there.
In there? What for?
I dared her to go in about 2 hours ago. Her bike's still here.
Yeah, right in front of your car and you missed it. Maybe you should have reported all this to the police to begin with.
She's alone. She could be hurt.
There may be someone in there besides Cindy.
I'm gonna go around the other side of the fence and scout it.
I'm going with you.
No, you find a phone, call the police.
I can't change to ISIS if you call the police.
Over there.
Let her go. Let's take our stuff and split before she calls the cops.
Okay, that's a relief. Cindy isn't in any immediate danger from them. If she can stay out of their way, we should be all right.
Oh, mighty Isis.
Does her transformation really take that long? And why does the entire world vanish for a moment when Isis first appears? Oh, right, I should have known that.
ISIS. Out of here.
They think they're going to get away from her on foot. Isis checks in with Cindy, then goes after the bad guys. They've hidden in one of the wrecked cars.
I can see they're here, but where? Thanks, Cat.
Stool pigeon. Now here's the thing about Isis. She doesn't just capture the bad guys as we saw in the first episode. She toys with them like a cat with a mouse. Got you under my paw. Oh look, you're free. Bam! Oh no, you're not. I haven't decided yet how I feel about that. It's even worse for the other guy. Like that, she had him in her hands, and she let him go so he could run some more. Why do they always go up? To quote Wonder Woman, what are you going to do when you get there? As I said, a cat with a mouse. It doesn't take much imagination to guess where this leads.
This one.
How'd you find us?
Wilbur told me.
The police are on their way.
Good. I don't think these two will be stealing any more cars for a while.
Thanks for helping us. Where's Andrea?
I think she's helping Cindy. I'll find her.
She's never where the action is. She's worse than that Batson kid.
I'm sorry I sent you in there, Cindy.
I knew I shouldn't have gone in there, but that crack of yours about boys being better than girls...
Cindy, sometimes you have to listen to your own inner voices and let them be your guide.
You're right. I realize that now.
Now about Andrea's car.
But it's yellow now.
Well, I never liked red anyway.
Yeah, it's yellow, it's got stolen plates, it's like a whole new car, and you got all that for free. This must be your lucky day. I'm sure the police will agree the first time they run your registration. Cindy kind of reminded me of Marty McFly in this one. Nobody calls me chicken. She knew Ernie was having a pity party and taking it out on her, but she fell for it anyway because he used the right words. And thus we learn a lesson about listening to our own inner voice instead of giving in to peer pressure. And it's set against a backdrop of car theft that directly affects Andrea. I didn't see that coming. When Cindy went over the fence, I was expecting a dog. I knew she was going to run into a nasty guard dog. The only question was what kind and how big. When the thieves pulled up to the gate with Andrea's car, it caught me completely by surprise. I like it when a show does that. It put Cindy in real danger, and the way those guys were going, there was no guarantee Andrea wouldn't have to get another car. Well, she kind of did, but you know what I mean. When they pulled into that spot, for all we knew, they were a chop shop. It's hard to get your car back when pieces of it have been sold to a dozen different places. After the clip I showed, Ernie admitted that Cindy's a better bike rider than he is. I wish they had used that time to expand on the whole inner voice thing, get the boys' take on it, something more, because it felt kind of abrupt and hence a little simplistic. I would have liked to see them fill it out some more. Maybe in the ending moral they did. I don't know, I haven't watched those. In any case, this was a much better story than the one about the guy who made fake UFOs to chase kids off his lawn or whatever it was. There's a little bit of padding, but not much. And I have to admit, I find Tut interesting. I want to see what else we can find out about him. So with that in mind, I'll see you next time.